Hi, and today we have class for the 3D hand drawing, freehand drawing of simple, typical cube objects. I have quite few of them. They have 3 sides visible, not more than 3 sides for any of you. And it is option to see one side only, to see 2 sides only, or 3 sides, like it is 3-dimensional object, and you can see it on the area where you can see 3 dimensions. And when you put object on these 3 dimensions, it could give us pretty much a view what we have every day. When we do any kind of drawing, usually it is interpretation of 3D objects to the 2D screen. If I put a clear screen here, and our drawing is nothing else than projection to our point of view, the side what we will see, and we will see only dimension of these to these sides. So when we try to make any kind of object drawing on the paper, it will be dimension what we see on the projection of the paper to the 3D object. 3D dimension we can see on these lines, and this is object what we are observing and we want to sketch. So 3D object could be in different color and different segments on this, could be combination of few of them, but let's start from simple one. Simple what is white, and we will start to sketch it. When we put it there, what we see, it's on this flat plain paper, projection from this point to this point. Usually when we start to do anything, we measure the highest dimension from this point to this point, and wider dimension from this side to this side. So all our drawing will be in between this horizontal dimension and between this vertical dimension from here up to here. So when we start to sketch, we need to have our paper facing us the way how we can see it better and how we can observe. So for me to sketch it correct, I have support here, just simple from IKEA support board there. It gives me a perpendicular view on my paper, and I have my objects sitting there far behind, and you can see it is right there. It is my cube sitting there. So again, when we look on our picture, what we try to make, it will be horizontal line from right to left connected to our paper. In this horizontal line, I put it a little bit higher to the top, because composition of the paper, it's usually like showing for us 3 sections of the paper, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, and somewhere in the middle could be our single object what we try to sketch. Again, one vanishing point will be on one side, one will be on other side, and the object itself could be close to one of these third lines. So if I go close to this side, my cube will show smaller side on here, and if I go too close to this one, this side will be closed. So let's say we'll make it close to here, and this will be my my object what I'm drawing. So each of the side of the cube goes to the vanishing point 1, vanishing point 2, and they're all connected there. Okay, so I have main direction of the close edge to me. Okay, and then I have I have two sides there to show how my edge goes. So if we'll go this way, I will see just two sides. If I have horizontal line here a little bit higher than my object, and my object will be here, I still have two vanishing point here, and I have my object going to the vanishing point and show me the upper part, and I go here to show that my object goes to the vanishing point both sides. Both sides, and this will be my perspective of the object. So now when we have these two little drawings, so I will make it a little bit heavier lines so you can see how they work. So when we do construction line to build our object, we go and we make it very simple. And when we outline to finalize our object in general, we make it higher pressure, and you can see that they become much more visible. While you work on streetscape or on any kind of other drawing, you will use eraser, but usually when I do any kind of sketches, I don't use eraser by few reasons. If you make construction line light enough, to the moment when you finish your sketch, it's usually they disappear. So let me see how I can make this little. This will be my horizontal line. It will be my points of perspective, and I will put my bigger side here, and I will stop it here. So if I want to show just two sides, I will send my direction of two lines to the one vanishing point, and this side will be longer, so I can show how it goes. Now, how easy to make this. You can see each of the line goes to the direction of its own vanishing point. Now, this will be my strong line. It will be my strong line. Now I need to make my center line here, and it will be very close to the horizontal line, vanishing point 1, vanishing point 2, and this is all together is horizontal line. Okay, so now if I go this way, and I will connect this way, so this is my four, like one is bigger, and you can see how perspective works in this way. So one is more visible, one is less visible. So this will be my center line. They are all center lines. They are on the middle of the side. So if I will make center line here and center line here, this will be in the middle. Now when I go to Cubic-Rubic, so you can see that center is little square, and it is all three rows and three columns of center, similar identical squares. But because it's 3D, it's little cubes here. They show and they connected, and they could be moved. And you can see that if it is straight corners here, now it's engineering idea. If it is straight corners here, it's very hard to move them, to shift them. You can see they're empty inside. You can see how they go. So it's not the best to work as a Cubic-Rubic, but it's much easy to sketch that one. And this one is very simple and easy to operate if you need. But when we sketch it, we don't think about how easy to connect and combine all together to make line like all the side the same color. So what is critical for us? It's critical for us to have center line on each of them. And then we need to divide this part, and I know that my center line is here. Okay, this is my center line. And you can see that it's a little bit above the horizontal line, a little bit above, and it goes through the center of diagonal intersection. Why I need all of this? I need to have 3 sides of cubic, and if I know that my half is here, I will divide on 3 parts this part, and I will divide by 3 parts, and 2 of them will indicate for me one of the cube side, what will go 1, 2, and 3. And each of them will go to the vanishing point. On this side and on this side, it will go to the vanishing point. So what it gives to me? It will gives to me, when they meet diagonal, it will give me full size of the cube, what it goes here. So every time when I meet diagonal, it give me cube size. And you can see each of the little cube will be absolutely identical to big one, and one side will show bigger and another side will show smaller. So I have absolutely the same proportions like this main one, full size object. And you can see that it works amazing when you know how to build. And another thing what I want to show, now I will make it in pen. I use a regular Sharpie from any kind of supply store, and I can make my cube much more visible right now, because I don't need to highlight everything. I will show a full outline for this cube. Now you see that I don't draw with the wrist, I draw with the shoulder. So it allowed me to make pretty straight lines. So I just move my hand and my little finger give me support on the paper. So, and because I have all the directions right now, you can see what happened with our cubic. And it shows us. So every time we intersect diagonal, we have little cube there. You can see this is pretty much what we need. Is it finished? No, it's not finished, because it is some little elements what will make difference right now for our object. You can see, because it's movable, each of the intersection of the square has little square here. I will say like a rhomb. You can see the thickness. You can see that they have rounded edges. So we can make it too, because it's allowed us to move cube. One side to other side. And you can see that simple sketch, what we started from line, become more and more 3D right now. If I did this line not straight, it's nothing is on my way to correct them. That's why we do pencil construction first, and then we continue to make it in pen, in ink. It's allowed us to make it. You can see them from straight line. I turn it to the curvish line, what allowed me to rotate my little cubes one from another, and it makes huge difference here. So you can see how it works all together and what difference it makes when we turn. So it's only one side what I change right now, and another side what I am doing, keep working on this. And you see that each of the corner becomes slightly different and give us 3D effect there, and become much more interesting right now. It has some details and parts what make it more alive, and you can see transition from the simple cubic object to make it Cubic-Rubic, what everybody can recognize. And when you will start to make it, let's say you want to make it in color, you can add these color parts here, and you can see right now when I do parts for the insert in color, I don't finish it to the very edge because edge is a little bit rounded, and it give us even more. So after a while you will start to make it with the one full movement instead dividing like in 4 separate lines. But you need, like when you start to make it, you need to make it parallel to your main line for the outline for the cube, and you make it so I can use all my lines for this. They will not really like make any kind of conflict between lines, because one will support another, and they have general shape to show and confirm how it works. So you can see that each of the little cube is not really cube. It's no equal sides anywhere, but it still looks like cube all together. And yeah, you can see here how fast it could be done. It takes few minutes to make object from simple construction line to full drawing, and then you can see that it could be very nice and colorful. Now it depends what medium you have with you. You can, I can see this is like much more bigger to see, much more bigger to observe, and then I will show it all together. You can see it, our construction line, our perspective, and our shape what we made. Now I will show you how to add a little bit of color to make difference. Now before I will start to put any color, I will add one little part what give me solution for the make my 3D object much more realistic. So if light goes from the top to the moment when it meets, and it still goes to the same perspective, and to the moment when it meets my sides or anything else, I still need to show that it goes to the same vanishing point what I had. So light goes here, light goes there, light goes everywhere, and from the point it go to the perspective. So this is critical point where it goes through, and I can see that it goes to the perspective because they are parallel to the light, and it goes and make my shadow here. And I connect that corner what I don't see right now, but it was there, and I connect it there. Now you can see that this will be my shadow. Now what I am doing with the paint, I need to have napkin. Always I have napkin on my not operational hand. In my case it is left hand because I am a right-handed person, and I have a squirrel brush. This is brush number 2 by Curis, and I have paint set, very easy and simple paint set with most of the colors. So I will try to make it only monochrome to show and introduce how it could be. So this is my object what I made. So let's say I will use kind of bluish grayish color, and I made my color here. Doesn't matter what color you use, it's just an idea to introduce it there. And light, if light goes there, I have my colors darker from one side and lighter to other side. This side what I cover in full right now, it is shadow side, what is own shadow made by object and shown from one side. All other sides they go by light, and it will be light what is again I show you the same color and I water it out to the end because this is my front side what I see lighter than other one, but I don't make big difference in color. You can see this is more bluish, this is more lighter, and it give me effect that light come from this side, but with the perspective it become a little bit more bluish. So I left it like this to show shadow. And now, like cast shadow is always the darkest part, but because of light interference, it goes and become lighter on the end. So this paper is not the best for the watercolor, but it can hold one or two layers applied like pretty fast. So what we are doing right now, so what I show here that I have lighter part, I have darker part, and I have shadow part. A cast shadow, usually it's very dark near the object. So if I will be able on this paper to make it, you can see I do only one direction of all of this movement of my bristles to stop it there. Now when I go to make my dark part of the squares, I can show darker of them. Okay, and then this will be brighter here because I have lighter color here. Boom. Just to show that it is like this, and then all together it become darker on this side because this side goes to perspective. You can see gradation of the color right now. Again, when I work with the brush, I have it close enough. If I want to lift off some colors, I just use my very thin, very fine brush, and ta-da, our cubic is ready. If I decide later to do other color, it will be drying out here to show, and you can use any other color over the blue because it is underlayment. I use this method of blue color to show cold shadows in many cases, and then over it you can apply any colors. Try it at home and let me know how it works. I answer all the messages what are in my channel. So please go ahead, have a look, sign up if you have in the moment, and if you like any kind of this tutorial to help you to organize your project better. And for like probably for one of the practical implementation, when you make cube and you show that your sides of the building they go to the point of perspective, and you show this point of perspective, you can make full building here, full house here, to make roof, for example, to make roof overlapping. You know construction, you know how it works. It goes to the perspective, and you build any kind of, because it goes to the same perspective, and you can make any kind of windows goes to the same direction, you just build it and you make it circlish. You show, like in few seconds, you show thickness, you show shadow, and you are good to go. Then you can put your bricks around to make, let's say, church here, to make building here over the church, or whatever you want to do. You can make everything ready to go for this kind of material what you just apply. And again, like if you have any kind of other ideas what you can use, just apply it there on your drawing and have it ready for yourself. Okay, so that's it. Have a great day. Goodbye.